Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the Carbootcrafter, and welcome back to a month of embellishments. And this is a month of the sorts of things I like to make if I've got a creative block, or I've lost my mojo, or or if I just want to do something that's quick and easy but I don't want to get into a big project. Sometimes you've got an hour in the craft room before people are due, or when you've got to go out or whatever. So sometimes I'll just come up and make some embellishments, and I've got a whole box of embellishments that I keep ready for my next projects. So you'll have already seen me make these ones earlier in the embellishments month, so I'll pop those to one side. If not, then do catch them in my lists that I'll put up. And now we're doing these ones, which are super cute and really useful. I don't make these quite as often as I make the other ones, but perhaps I should, because they really do look really cute. Now I'm going to make these. I make these using this punch, which is about 3/4 of an inch across, and to make them this little dinky size. But I'm going to make this one in the larger punch, just so as you can see what I'm doing. It's just easier to follow. So you're going to punch yourself or cut yourself 8 circles. Now these ones are 1.5, and I wouldn't normally do them this big, but yeah, like I said, it's just going to make it easier for you to follow. So all I do is choose which side I want to use, and then I'll ink that side up. Don't ink the other side because it helps me with the next stage to decide what we're doing and where we're going. So just a little bit of ink across the circle like that. And then once I've done that, let me remove my little ink board. It's a little piece of acetate that I use just for doing ink projects. It's nice and handy. It sits next to me, so it doesn't take up any room, and it's just easy to grab. So what I'm going to do next is decide which ones I want to use as my flower, and I'm going to flip those ones over. So I've got the back side. As you can see, I hadn't decided which side I wanted. So I'm going to pop that one to one side, those two, and that leaves me with 6. There we go, with 6 there. And all I'm going to do is overlap them like that, but in a circle, so they all come back. And then the last one, I just slide in under the first one and over the one before, and that creates my sort of flower shape. And then, because I haven't glued it, I can then move things around a little bit so things are nice and even with my circles, and try and get that little join in the middle as tight as I can, just because it just helps it to kind of create that circular flower shape. Okay, and then when I'm happy, I'll grab one of my other pieces, doesn't matter which one, and my glue, and I will then just glue that down on the back. This just helps to hold them all together like that, and that holds all my flower petals in place, all those circles there, to create that flower shape. Just going to put, oh no, I'll need the glue again, won't I? Once that's dry, I usually leave it for a few minutes to dry, but once it's dry, I'll flip it over, and then grabbing my other circle, I will then glue that on the front as well. Now you don't have to use another book page, you can if you want to. I'm going to pop that on there like that. And I've also got another punch from some patterned card that I've used, and I'm going to pop that on as well. And that then creates our flower. Okay, so that's the basic flower shape, and you can do it in whatever size you want to, but let me show you what I do with my little ones. So once they get to that stage, and you can use it just like that, it's entirely up to you, but just to add a little bit more, I will get some cheesecloth or some hessian and cut myself a square shape. It doesn't have to be square, it can be oblong, you know, whatever works for you, or just a scrap that you've already got. And once I've got my square or my shape of cheesecloth or hessian or whatever, I just tease some of the fibres out like that, just to give it more of let me move my book, that's the book I'm using. Let's pop that away. Just to tease those fibres out and give it more of let me bring in some coloured cards so you can see that you've got that more of a frayed edge on both of those two sides. So I'm going to do it on the other two as well. Just pull those, you only need 2 or 3, but you know, as many as you feel. And if it is on the wonk like that one is, look, if I show you, that one's a bit of a wonky line there, but do you know what, it all adds to it, so I'm happy to leave it like that. So I'm pulling a few more strands out on this side, and then once I'm happy with the frayed look, and those have curled up beautifully, so I'm going to use that as the front. Once you've done that, flip your flower over and just put some glue on the back like that, and then pop your hessian over it, and you can do it square like I have there, or you can do it to one side or the other. And I'm just going to use my pokey tool to make sure it's all laying flat on top of that glue, so it's got a chance to grab like that. And sometimes just doing that spreads it around a little bit as well. And then that is my flower done. Now if you want, I'm going to grab I think I'll go with another green, a little spark, a little dazzler to go on there in the middle. I've already added a circle and a circle of colour. Let's get that straight. That's a little bit off, isn't it? There we go. It's a little bit better, not much. I'm going to put another one on. Actually, I'm going to use a different colour, I think, for that one. And these, I can't remember whether these are on a line or not. They are. So I'm going to bring my scissors in. I think I'll have that lilac one on the corner there. Just a little snip. And I can take that one off and pop it on there. And what I generally do is make them up and then put the little dazzlers or the little pearls on afterwards so that they match my project. So if I'm making something very sort of earthy and greens, I'll probably use these ones. Something a little bit more girly, then maybe those two. But those are those little flower, little book flowers. And they're so easy to make, and like you say, like I showed, you can use whatever size punch you want. That's probably as big as I would want to go. I probably wouldn't want to go any bigger than that, and that is 1.5 inches on there. And you can use a punch, or you can just cut them out, entirely up to you. Anyway, so I'm going to carry on making some more of these little dinky flowers, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye for now.